Welcome to Tower Talk Business Radio, where we bring you conversations with the top business minds on Long Island and around the nation every week. Featuring expert consultants and small business owners who have found success but are also willing to share their top tips, failures, and give gritty, matter-of-fact advice based on their firsthand experience. Now, let's get down to business on Tower Talk Business Radio on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Hello, and welcome to Tower Talk Business Radio, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation. My name is Ray Schwetz, AVP of Business Banking at Jeavina Financial Credit Union, along with Donyshia Boston-Hill, CEO, Keeper Their Brand, Marketing and Digital Agency.
We're focused on being the premier resource for business and entrepreneurship. We bring you weekly business advice, tips, tools, and services that help you grow your business. Plus, we interview the top business leaders in the industry. And this week, Ray, we're going to interview some really fashionistas and style go-getters. So I'm really excited.
Yes. Helping provide us with business empowerment today is Yasmin Jean. She's the CEO and founder of Zoulette, and Jeavina Brevilus, VP of Zoulette. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Hi. How are you guys?
We're good. We're so happy to have you here. I was talking to Ray about your business, and we love to just share, who you are, what you do, and just the amazing line that you launched recently.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to ask you, the name is a really cool name, Zoulette. How did you come up with the name?
Okay, so the name is named after my mother.
Oh.
Okay, so my mom is a Haitian American now, immigrant from Haiti. When I was starting the company, I didn't want to name my company Yasmin. It just didn't feel right. I just felt like my mom, she's so empowering to me, being a mother that worked super hard. She didn't have the biggest degrees. She had to work, 3 or 4 jobs all her life. And for her to own everything, she's like literally an owner. And when I was coming out with the business, I'm like, wow, like Zoulette just flows. Her middle name just flows. Marie Zoulette.
Beautiful.
So I'm like, you know what, let me just remove Marie and use Zoulette. So I just feel like Zoulette I think it's a touching name because it's my mom, but it also flows to me because I feel like it's unique. When I hear Zoulette, I could just hear it everywhere in the world globally. So.
Yeah, it's very sophisticated, beautiful name. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So tell us about Zoulette. What is Zoulette?
So Zoulette is a French luxurious fashion brand. The goal is for it to be a fashion house. So I had a life coach, and I always would see him around Hempstead. And I would always come to him. And at the time, I was a stylist, and I wanted to push that. But I also knew that my purpose was bigger than being a stylist and uplifting women. I'm like, what can I do next? So my life coach would always push me. His name is Lloyd Clark. And he was like, Yasmin, you have to write everything down. So I never forgot when I wrote, I'm going to start my business in 2019. So I didn't start in 2019, but when the pandemic hit, I felt like it was a alignment to start. So I started the brand April 21st, 2020. My mom's a Taurus. She's born April 23rd, 1963, but that's too much information. But so I just felt like everything
she's not going to like that. Did you let that out?
Yeah, so I just felt like it was an alignment. Everything I do, my mom is my hero. So I just felt like women around the world is going to relate to this because a mother of 2 works super hard. And I feel like, women around the world, whether you're young or old, is going to relate to being a hardworking woman. So that's what, my brand is about. It's about uplifting and empowering. But I'm also going to rebrand because men are very interested. So now it's going to be about individuals and unisex. So right now we're just still in the process of rebranding and, trying to figure out, what's next and how we could incorporate men. So right now we are coming out with luxurious glasses. They're black framed and they're unisex.
And so let's take it back a little bit. So what inspired you to, get into the fashion industry and, tell us a little bit about the Zoulette line that you have out now.
So what inspired me to get into the fashion industry is back in high school. I grew up kind of like a tomboy, didn't really have a sense of style. But when I hit 11th grade, I started to wear a lot of blazers. Blazers were like my essential piece. So senior year, I won best dress. So out of the whole class, I kind of was like, I wanted to go into psychology, but everyone was like, you should go into fashion. I felt like, I was like, I don't know, fashion is too intimidating for me. So then I took a leap of faith and I moved to San Francisco, California, and where I got my fashion styling degree. And then when I came back home, I started working as a freelance stylist. So me styling women and different clients is really what pushed me to get into fashion. The line that I have my first collection is from Benin, Africa, West Africa. I just started with accessories because during the pandemic, I couldn't go overseas I couldn't go anywhere. So I'm like, you know what, let me just do accessories. So I started with accessories. So our first collection, which is not the earrings, it's right here. It's from Benin, Africa. They don't change colors, Benin, Africa is a French speaking company. I am Haitian, so we also speak French. So I also kind of like brought that together as well. So what I'm doing now is the focus is bringing the culture where I'm from and people around the world together. So that's what I'm focused on and trying to, have an impact.
And for our listening audience, I think Yasmin is referring to her necklace line.
Yes.
Right? A
Yes.
necklace collection. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's wonderful because it really accents what you're wearing. When I came into the room and saw you, you have that air of someone who's very fashionista, definitely the word, but also very professional. And I love the accent that it has against what you're wearing. And it's so funny. I can't picture you as a tomboy.
Right? I was a tomboy. So I also too, me being a stylist, I'm also into shapes and sizes. So growing up, I also was I had hips and I didn't really like that. It was weird for me. And I didn't understand growing up, like, why do I have these, hips? It kind of made me feel less confident. So I kind of hid my hips through my blazers. So I think that's also what made me get into fashion because I'm very conservative as well. So that's why I'm like, you know what, like, let me get into fashion because there's a lot of women that don't like to show their bodies off also. So I'm like, I think I could relate to a lot of those women that don't like to show their bodies. So for me, I believe that, you don't always have to show your body to be sexy. You could wear a blazer, high-waisted pants, and still have that look.
So tell us a little bit about how do you work to increase a woman's confidence in the work that you're doing?
Simply a conversation. When I mean by a conversation, asking them, why do you want to change your style? What makes you get into changing your style? And just boosting their confidence, letting them know that they're beautiful, letting them know that, stay true to yourself. Don't, I have clients that want to alter their bodies. And I always tell them, like, I always instill to them that, love yourself, look at yourself every day and remind yourself that you're beautiful. So I always tell my clients that they're beautiful. Even if they don't feel beautiful, I tell them that. And then I always, send them different looks that's gonna look good to their body and letting them know that, you don't always have to look like everybody else, because, we live in a time now, everybody wants to look like everybody else. And I just believe that, being yourself and staying true to yourself is the only confidence you really do need. So I always tell my clients that they're beautiful, reminding them that they're beautiful, simply texting them in the morning, letting them know, that, have a great day. I just think, it has to come natural. So for me, it comes natural. Any client I meet, I have to build that relationship. So it's, for me, I'm big on building my relationships with my clients and getting to know more about them. And naturally, them gravitating to me, I naturally just boost their confidence. For me, it's just a natural thing.
That is such a beautiful thing. And that's honestly, that's a great relationship to have. And businesses talk about developing a relationship with your client. If you have the opportunity to work with a stylist, I agree with you. It's it's all about celebrating, well, what makes you unique and how, do clothes and accessories help you bring that out and feel very comfortable. And
also, I believe any client I meet, I ask them, what do they do? What are their hobbies too? Sometimes that's how it helps me figure out their sense of style as well, and sometimes, studying what they wear when they come see me as well is how I could tell. But I always ask them, like, whether they're a nurse, doctor, lawyer, that's how I could tell, how I could help them change their style as well. Or if they want a wardrobe change, or if they want a closet clean out, sometimes we come into our closet, we have a bunch of clothes, but we just don't know how to wear it. it, so that's just all about just letting them know, like, you don't have to buy a whole new wardrobe. You could just come in, find something different to, change your style.
And so what is your ideal, or who is your ideal client? Like who is she or he out there?
Like styling,
or for Zoulette?
My ideal client, I'll have you answer that for Zoulette.
All right, so we're going to Jeavina for this.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jeavina. I'm the VP. Our ideal client for Zoulette, honestly, anyone can wear Zoulette. Mm-hmm. The goal is to have everyone in Zoulette because we want everyone to get a part of that and what we do. Any man, any woman, there's many people that have been asking us to partnership and they want to do kid collabs. So we want everyone in Zoulette. So if you want to wear it, wear it.
Yeah, for me, I think eventually I'm going to branch off to all ages, even open the doors to kids. Because even I have nieces and nephews growing up and they see me wear Zoulette and they're asking like, what is that? I want to wear a pair of glasses. So eventually, definitely open the door to all ages, from babies to grown-ups. Everyone should be a part of greatness. That's how I see it. We shouldn't put a age number. I feel like everyone should be a part of greatness. To me, I just want everyone to be involved in what I'm doing. And I feel like that's what makes us all powerful. So that's what's going to make the brand powerful, when everyone is involved.
You are listening to Tower Talk Business Radio on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Ray Schwetz, along with Donyshia Boston-Hill, and our guest today is Yasmin Jean, CEO and founder of Zoulette, and Jeavina Brevilus, VP of Zoulette. I think we need to go into what types of products that you offer, because I know we've talked about a couple of things like the necklaces and the other accessories, but can you give us like kind of a full suite of what it is that you offer? What are the products?
The products that we're going to offer is shades. Mm-hmm. So those are the only products we're having right now. And hoops as well. But our focus is the shades because it's unisex. Mm-hmm. I'm offering those products right now due to the fact that so many men want to be involved as well. And I feel like at first, as a stylist, I'm so geared towards women, but sometimes I tend to forget about the men, mm-hmm. So the products that we're offering right now are just shades. And the reason why I'm offering only shades and I'm only doing one product is because I'm still studying the market as well. And mm-hmm. I know starting the business, I did lose a lot of money. So I feel like, I don't want to come out with too many products and I'm wasting money. So right now we are we have hoops mm-hmm. and we have shades. So the shades are going to be unisex for the women and men. And then the hoops are going to be strictly for the women, all types of women. So yes, so the products I have right now is just shades, and the glasses are black. They say Zoulette, and they're manufactured in a factory in China. So we have the shades out right now, but we have our samples in our hands currently. That's what we will be giving you guys, so you guys could try it out. But right now we just have one main product, just due to, marketing purposes, making sure that, we're making the right moves. Because I did, obviously in business, you make mistakes. So I launched I made a few. I've launched 5 products and it didn't really do that well, mm-hmm. So this time it's not about money, but mm-hmm. it's just about, time and energy. So I want to make sure that the next step is to launch one product. If they love it, and I have other designs, but I'm launching one. So if mm-hmm. they love it, we're going to come out with more. So mm-hmm. right now, our focus is definitely the shades for April 2023.
And so let's talk a little bit about your signature line, what Zoulette is known for, which is your gold hoop earrings and your gold collection. Now, we know the name was inspired by your mom, but why did you choose hoops?
Honestly, hoops is an essential, and you could wear it with a ponytail. You could wear it with a straight down middle part. You could wear it when you're running to the grocery store. If you don't want to look crazy when you're running into as women, sometimes we have to run. So I feel like hoops is just an essential. Like you could go anywhere with hoops. It's like wearing a blazer. It's like wearing a trench coat. It's an essential product. And I feel like that's a product that all women love to wear because it just creates a look. So for me, I think hoops is an important product in my line because I love it. And I feel like whatever I love and whatever I'm passionate about, people around me is going to want to wear it as well.
Yeah, I do think you have to do what you love, and it definitely reflects in the products. And it must be so really cool to just see something that you've kind of designed in your mind and drawn out.
Yes.
Now to see that come into the real world. Can you talk about how that must have felt for you and how that worked?
Yes, being I'm a creator too, and I love art. So I draw my inspiration from like museums and like simply just walking in the street and seeing art. So for me, Zoulette is such a beautiful name, and I just naturally in my mind, because I also style in my mind. So when I was creating the earring, I knew Zoulette in script in my mind visually. It was gonna look good. So I just, I'm like, I had already had it as my logo. So since my logo was already script, the logo was beautiful. So why not why not bring that into real life? So I did that. I got in contact with a few factories and I sent them the logo. I said, can you create this look, and create this into like real earrings? And they said they could. So, for me to see it the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, like, these are beautiful, and these are stainless steel, so they will never change color. I've had this for about a year, almost 2 years now, and you can wear it every day and it will never change color. And I made sure that, quality, I'm big on quality. I never want to sell anything to anybody that is not quality, even when I'm shopping. And that's why I love doing this, because even with my clients, I always tell them, like, you don't have to buy the most expensive piece, but make sure it has quality. Like, make sure the clothes can last about 2 to 3 years. So I think quality is something every business owner, when anything they're passionate about, is important.
Oh yeah, and the thing is that it's such a cool looking logo. It has that iconic. It's like when you see Calvin Klein written the way it's written, and you see Zoulette written the way it's written. It feels iconic. So you don't want to cheap out on the materials that are going behind that logo and your branding. So I guess I can kind of fathom who your hero is in terms of your inspirations. Are there inspirations that you have in terms of like modern fashion? Or
yes, I definitely do.
Yeah.
Rihanna, she's a big inspiration, being a woman from the West Indies, and she's a billionaire. Not even about being a billionaire, she's doing exactly what I want to do. Tiana Taylor, being from New York, I love being from New York, and I love the culture. A lot of my fashion inspiration comes from hip hop music. And Kanye West, I love Kanye West. I just love his creativity, his hard work. So those are like my fashion icons. And I have a bunch. I have Pharrell Williams. I have A$AP Rocky. There's a bunch, but those are like my main ones where I draw my inspiration, and they keep me going. And every time I think about these people, it's motivation for me that I could get there exactly how they did it,
And how do you want it to, use Zoulette to impact the community and women worldwide? You spoke about your inspiration behind uplifting and empowering.
Yes.
But what do you see? How do you see Zoulette impacting the world?
For me, starting nonprofits. We already spoke about that. You want to speak about that a little bit?
So we wanted to, first off, we wanted to actually go to like homeless women's shelters and give out our earrings to give them that confidence. We also wanted to tap into the nonprofit side of business, do things for the community. We want to give back. That's our really main goal. Like, we want to take Zoulette up there so we are able to give back to our community. So worldwide, we would love to like channel tapping in with other people that do things like that help out other people. We want to network with people that are already doing it so we could get there too. And
basically, New York is where I'm from. So that's the state where I'm going to start my nonprofits, whether it's in Queens, Elmont, Nassau County. So we're in talks with a few homeless shelters now. So we could, I have to make a big order coming up soon for Christmas, so they could feel empowered, because we don't know what they go through. Abusive homes, no family. So just giving them that piece could possibly even change their lives, alter their thinking, make feel good. Yeah, and maybe they want to start their own business. You just never know who you can inspire. So my nonprofits, I haven't started them yet. I still need to do more research growing into as a business owner, but definitely I'm going to have, women nonprofits eventually. So that's the plan.
I think that's an amazing goal and a wonderful thing to strive for. And the thing is about New York, there are so many nonprofits here that are doing such good work. So certainly good nonprofits for you to look at and model after and ones to perhaps partner with. I can think of a few off the top of my head, like the Long Island Coalition for the Homeless, right here in Amityville. They're doing such great work.
Amazing.
So I would say Greta Gwarton, the executive director, is somebody that I would definitely recommend you speak with. And
I would even say also Girls Inc. When I
that
spoke
was
with
the other one.
Girls
Renee.
Inc. When I spoke at Girls Inc. a few years ago, it's also about empowering young women.
Yeah.
And I was on a panel with Cheryl Wills from New York One, and to hear the young ladies and their feedback within the audience, they felt like, wow, these are people who I can look up to. They look like me. I'm inspired. Yes, I can do this too.
Yeah.
That is really felt throughout the room, a sense of belonging for young girls.
Yes.
For young girls.
And I think they could really look up to the two of you and the work that you're doing.
Yes.
You're going through that struggle. You're starting that business. You're really getting out there and you're creating great work.
Yeah.
So I think for them to have that opportunity to look up to you would be fabulous.
You are listening to Tower Talk Business Radio. Our guest today is Yasmin Jean, CEO and founder of Zoulette, along with Jeavina Brevilus. My name is Donyshia Boston-Hill, along with Ray Schwetz on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Everyone loves hearing like a top five or seeing a top five. So we want to hear your top five. What are your top five bits of advice for folks who are going out into starting their own business?
Research your field that you're trying to go into. Make it a passion. You're going to have roadblocks. You're going to face challenges. But the most important thing is having faith in yourself and believing in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, how is other people around you going to believe that, so and have confidence in your field. That's the piece of advice. Do you have something that you would?
You have to be resilient because there's so many things that will happen. It will make you want to stop. It will make you say, I'm done here. But you honestly have to keep pushing. Me, I'm a person, I'm always waking up happy. I don't know how. I would say God, of course, but I always keep that positive energy. Even when things get tough, I look at it, I'm like, how can I make this positive? And I look at it that way. So always be positive and be resilient.
And for me, being the founder, you could only imagine the stress that I go through. Because I have subscriptions, I have bills, I have bills with the company. So much money is being, I work, but then all the work, my 9 to 5 goes into my company. So not every day I wake up the happiest person, not because I'm not happy. It's just the being overwhelmed, and people hold you to a certain stature. And, sometimes not every day you could do it. Like some days I just zen. Instead of sleeping in my bed, I sleep on my couch, So not every day is not the easiest, but, every day, I, read affirmations and tell yourself, I got this. Today's going to be a great day. I am powerful. So those are the affirmations I usually say to myself to keep me going and to change my attitude, because you could always change a negative into a positive.
Yeah, and you also mentioned one other one very earlier. You talked about who is helping you and mentoring you. So you had a business coach.
Yeah, he was amazing. He was, what I loved about him, he was nice, but he was disciplined. So him being disciplined, that's what taught me. He's like, if you're not disciplined, you're not going to get to where you need to be. And he's right. You have to be disciplined. You got to do what 95% of the people are not doing. You have to be that 5%. And he always told me that. And even when I was a personal shopper, he's like, yo, email them CEOs, go into yellow pages, like saying things that no one ever never told me about. And no one would ever think to go research or email a CEO of Chase. Like, who does that? But that's what he was telling me. He's like, yo, you can do it. You can do anything, but you got to be that 5%, So I'm trying to be that 5%, because that's how you stand out in the crowd. So
I would like to add something. I can honestly say that Yasmin is my mentor, because I was a bio major and I went into I love fashion, and I started working at clothing stores. But we always been friends since young. We went to the same church. She grew up and went to college in California, so we became distant. And then she came back, and then she found me at the store, and she's like, you know what? I want you to join Zoulette. And working with her, she's a tough one. She's a tough cookie. She'll make me email. She'll tell me, listen, this is what you have to do today. Sometimes I don't do it, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to get this done. And she'll be like, did you do it? Like, she's on top of me, which I love, because I execute the work. So you need people around you that's going to push you to do certain things that you think you can't do. But you can do them. You just need a push. So
absolutely, you need people to push you into your greatness, and to actually, close down those boundaries that you fear, right?
Yes.
So, and which is really amazing, because going into entrepreneurship and business is not easy.
No.
And so you are definitely a role model for those people, out there listening. Both of you, to start their business and taking that leap of faith to launch a product line. They're going into retail or e-commerce is no easy feat.
Yep. No, you're stepping outside your comfort zone, and that you've earned a lot of our respect, and the products, they certainly speak for themselves. So, what's the best way for us to find you? Online and getting in contact with you.
We have Instagram, we have Pinterest, we have Twitter, TikTok. Pinterest, we have, I think, 500,000 monthly viewers. We actually had 1 million in the summer, but I can't keep up with every platform sometimes.
It's a lot.
And what's your handle on those platforms?
Zoulette Laurent. And Laurent is actually my mother's last name before she got married, so I just put that together too.
And Zoo is Zoulette.
Yes.
Zoulette. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Ladies, you're an inspiration. Your products are amazing, and we're thankful that you joined us today.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for giving us that opportunity to be on this platform. This is my first interview, but you guys made me very comfortable. So many more.
The first of many.
Yeah, the first of many.
Many more to come. I like to leave you with DB's philosophy. Self-confidence is a superpower. Once you start to believe in yourself, magic starts to happen. And you never know. Zoulette.
We thank you for being with us. My name is Ray Schwetz, along with Donyshia Boston-Hill, your co-host and producers. This is an NCC Foundation production. Visit nccradio.org for more information. We're available on Odyssey, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, as a podcast on iTunes, Android Podcasts, and Spreaker. This has been Tower Talk Business Radio, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.